Eli, Kelso, El Jefe, Michael, Andy, Sean, John, Kyle. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Morning Mastermind here at REI Revolution, the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence. I am so excited to be back again. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend this weekend. And I want to really open this up and make this an environment for people to be able to get in proximity with each other, talk about what's going on with their business, talk about what's going on in their professional world, ask questions, get answers, and get the ball rolling. I know I'm excited. I've got a lot of stuff going on this morning. The first click on my campaign today was a lead. So I'm following up with my leads for today. And we're staying consistent. We are coming back for another week. I can't tell you how many people decided to throw in the towel over the last week. I'm so glad to see not all of them did. We are going to be condensing the morning meeting, the morning mastermind, to 30 minutes. So this is going to be 30 minutes. It's not going to be a long, drawn-out thing. To be in proximity with the people that are actively doing this business, take advantage of this opportunity to talk about what's going on in your business in that side chat. You never know who's in this room. And if you just talk about a deal that you're doing, you might find somebody that might be able to help you in some way, whether that's bringing a buyer to your deal. We've got lenders in here, people that have money they want to put to work. Plenty of opportunities for people to be in proximity and start closing deals. Good morning. How is everybody doing today? Fantastic, fantastic. We got some people that are excited. Man, where's the energy on this Monday morning? We got 17 people joining us today. Did everybody just wake up? Mr. Zed Johnson said he woke up to a lead. That's what I'm talking about. We're getting the coffee going. Where is everybody? Kyle Wood is working on locking up another sub 2 deal. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you take advantage of this opportunity to adjust your nickname on this server to include your real name. We want to know who we're doing business with when we hop in these rooms. We've got a lot of people. I thank you all so much for changing your names to your real names. That helps us know who we're doing business with. If you want to change your nickname, you can type in the chat your real name. I can change it for you, or you can change it. You can use the command /nickname or /nick, or you can do so in your server settings. But it's very important to maintain a professional profile and let people know who you are, because you, like I said, you never know who pops in this room. Got you, Daniel. Let's see. Feel free, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to type your real name in the chat, I can adjust your nickname for you so that people know who you are. People love to do business with people they know, they can see, they can like, they can trust. And if people don't know who you are, how can they trust you? Well, let's take a look at the board. I got a couple leads coming in. I had something already hit my phone this morning. I have a seller that had a terrible phone. They need to sell. They just inherited a property and they don't want to take care of it. Luckily for them, they got on the phone with somebody who's right for the job. I will take care of it for them. We've already got people talking about deals in the side chat, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like there's some deal going down in Texas already. Somebody was asking for buyers. People were hopping on it. Looking like New Orleans and Texas got deals going on in the side chat. Fantastic. Love to see it. This is literally why we come and join each other in the morning. Obviously to give each other motivation, positivity, but to be in proximity with one another is most important. Beyond that, who's got some wins for the weekend? Who did something spectacular, revolutionary over the weekend? Has anybody planned over the weekend, strategized for what their upcoming week is going to look like? It's so important to get ahead in the upcoming week. You can start on the weekend to plan out what your week is going to look like. How many people you got to talk to? How much you're going to spend in marketing? How many contracts you want to put under contract? I set a goal. I want to put 3 properties under contract this week. That is my goal for this week. I want one to close this week. I already have one in escrow. It's going to be a smaller assignment. It's going to be a JV. I'm breaking bread with members of this community. It's incredible the types of opportunities that you can find yourself being a part of just by being in proximity with the people that are showing up right now. In the website news, I have recently recognized that it is going to be a very costly investment, and I've seriously considered, if I want to build it on a website builder or build it with something like WordPress. And I have been doing a little bit more research, and I think that it's probably in our best interest not to build it on something that we can't have complete control over in terms of the code and that kind of stuff. And so I think the website is still going to hold for a great placeholder for now. If you haven't already, go and sign up for the website at reirev.com. I just dropped a link in the side chat. We got some people telling me that I should have been a game show host. Maybe I should have, man. I have not tried Squarespace. It's like the thing about these website builders is you don't have control over the website, like the actual site. This like low code, no code solution stuff, it's not really yours, if that makes sense. And so I really want to, if we're going to really, spend a lot of money on building something revolutionary, I don't want it to be bottlenecked in any way. We've got some exciting events coming up this week. There is a meetup in New Jersey for anybody that's out there in New Jersey. There is a meetup. We're going to have multiple members from REI Rev out there. And then I'm going to be flying to Miami this week to go for the Miami meetup. So I'm excited for that one. I'm going to get a chance to meet people from REI Rev that I've never met before. Matt says, I want the John who used to get 3 haircuts a week back. I don't know about that guy, man. I had to reevaluate some things. That guy was overdoing it on the accessories. That guy was lit. No, man, that guy was crazy. I had to chill out a little bit. Man, I look back at some of those videos, man, I was dripping. I had the shades, the gold chain every day. Crazy. How'd you guys let me do that, man? Nobody pulled me to the side and said, John, what are you doing? Dan did one time. Dan did. Man, we gotta get Mr. Matt Riley up on the stage, man. It's been a while since we've spoken to Mr. Matt Riley. He's been MIA. Dalton says Matt came in clutch last week. Talk to us, Dalton. How did you all work on a deal? I remember we had the crazy penthouse view in Brazil. You didn't want me to fall off the side. Man, does anybody have the New Jersey meetup info? If you could drop it in the side chat, we got some people that want to show up. I was never filming hanging over the balcony, man. When was I hanging on the balcony? Oh, hanging on the balcony. Hanging, like chilling. I wasn't hanging on the balcony. I remember those light bulb moments, man, when I first got in here. I remember the moments when like the creative finance stuff really started clicking for me. Those were good moments. I want to see everybody in the community have those same epiphany moments. It's crazy. This chat GPT thing, it goes crazy. We've got some familiar faces. We got some new people joining us. What is everybody working on? Take advantage of this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Pop up on the stage. Come and chat with us. Like I always say, you never know who's in the room. I guess Monday mornings are tough, man. People are recovering from the weekends. It's 11:30 a.m. We got 30 people in here. Mark's saying, I'm doing cold calling in here and I need help with underwriting to make the offer to the seller. Well, congratulations for taking the action and getting on the phone with the seller. That's the number one hurdle. A lot of people, it's crazy. I see so many people hear about wholesaling or hear about real estate and they start to watch, the content and they start to dive deep, but they don't pick up the phone and talk to anyone. We got some conversations, got some walkthroughs that have been scheduled. People sending out assignments today. Dalton sending out an assignment. Let's go. Money making activities. Rod says, I never give the seller one offer. Give them options. It makes your offer stand out. One thing that I've been doing a lot on these novation calls or just calls in general is any inbound call that I get, I always like to preface the call and I always ask them, have you thought about listing this with an agent? And if they tell me every single reason why they're not interested in listing this with an agent, I know that this is going to be a good lead because they don't want to work with an agent for whatever reason. People come up with all sorts of reasons. They think they got to pay this and that and fees. They have no idea, and that's all right. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. They don't have to worry about it. Okay, we're gonna worry about it. We're the real estate professionals, and if it makes the most sense to just list that property, get the paperwork in place and list it. I'd love to talk about some leads. If anybody's got some leads they want to talk about, we got about 15 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen, before we hop back on to the work grind. It's about that time to get some breakfast. That breakfast be slapping. Dan is telling us that he's going to be talking more about that approach in Miami. Absolutely. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to go and support Dan for the event that he's hosting at the Penthouse in Miami. Crazy. Going to be insane. We'll see, man. We'll see if there's any time for me to speak or say something, man. I know there's probably going to be some time where I'll be able to say something, but I'm excited. Completely shifting how you speak to the sellers is so important. One thing that I really do like is I like to help the seller paint that picture of what their life's going to look like after they sell their house. Because anytime there's any like pushback or anything, I can rely on that. Oh, but weren't you trying to get this accomplished? You get them thinking again, oh yeah, I was trying to get that accomplished. And a lot of the time, I'll be honest, it does really, for the most part, I think maybe the biggest deals, the biggest deals come from two things. Like laziness in the sense that they don't want to hassle, they don't want to deal with the hassle, and pain. People got to be in pain. They got to be in a situation they got to get out of. Those are the types of people that will want to sell. Good morning, Dan.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Doing good. Just got myself caffeinated for the day, so I'm feeling good.
Okay.
Good, man. Feeling good. Got the listings rolling in for the we're narrowing down a spot for our office in Vegas. Narrowing it down. We got the last few listings to go over today, and then we're gonna schedule some showings. Then we're gonna get a 24-hour flight plan, and we're
In
gonna
and
go.
out.
We're gonna go. Yeah, we're in and out, man. We're in and out. Listen, we got work to do. So we're busy.
That's gonna be crazy.
Be excited to take you guys out for the Vegas event. We're gonna take you guys out. We're gonna let you guys tour the office. Talk about how we found it, how we structured the budget, how we structured it into our overhead, and all that kind of stuff. Every single event, I want to do free events, but I don't want them to be these free events that people are used to. I want to be free events that people can be like, oh man, I want to go to the REI Rev meetup, this networking. I got to be inside of REI Rev so I can get access to be inside this circle because I want to, hear these conversations. I want to be a part of these, events that no one else is doing. You know what I mean? Because I would rather, because I don't need the money and I don't want to be an event hoster. I don't want that to be my business. I have no interest. So what I would rather do is I would rather be a situation where it's just more exclusive. You have to prove yourself to us that we need to allow you in the door. And the first step by doing that is to come in here and build trust, build authentication, with us inside the server, inside the community. You know what I mean? And then allowing those particular people, once you've proven your worthiness, to be able to come into those conversations. So I don't want to take anything out of your pocket. You know what I mean? It's like I was telling this kid in the chat today. I said, I don't want any money. I don't want any money on any future deals. I don't want any money on anything out of your pocket right now. I don't care about that. I'm not in the business to become a teacher. If I wanted to become a teacher and get paid for it, I would have went to school for secondary education. I didn't do that. Right. So I'm not in the business to become a course builder, a teacher, or a event host. Right. I don't have any desire to become either of those things. So I want to just essentially be someone that says, you want my knowledge, prove that you're worth me giving it to you. Right. Like, that's all I want. And to do that, you have to show that you're willing to apply effort and be able to be worth bestowing that knowledge upon, right? it's like Thor with the hammer. Thor, nobody else can pick up the hammer except Thor, and that's because the fact that you have to prove that you're worthy to the hammer for the hammer to choose you as the wielder. So I want the same thing to be passed on. That's essentially how knowledge used to be passed on a long time ago, like thousands of years ago. And I think that we should really, get back to that. I think that the business in trading education for funds is become overplayed, it's become oversaturated, and it's become to a point where I think that people have started to water down the education that they're giving just to make money off of it. So it's become much more transactional rather than like it's an honor to have this knowledge, right? It used to be like, hey, if you want to learn how to be a blacksmith, you go to the local blacksmith and you say, hey, I'm gonna work for you for free. I'll do this. I'll carry your supplies. I'll go and I'll take this, down the road. I'll help you, sell your materials or whatever, as long as you just let me watch you, teach me what you're doing. And so by doing that, the blacksmith, could prove to his apprentice, I mean, he had to prove to the blacksmith that he was worthy of that knowledge, right? So he wasn't just passing down that knowledge to someone who, was just going to go abuse it or take that knowledge and maybe charge somebody else for it. Because that's a lot of what it is today, right?
100%.
I see people that go and buy a course today just so they can learn a skill to go and try to charge someone else to learn the same skill. So they never actually end up making money off of the skill. It just becomes this like this ever growing shit cycle of people just, repackaging the same shit and reselling it to other people. And so therefore you never see anybody go, oh, Pace Morby's course is a scam. It's not worth it, right? Because why would you say that about something you spent thousands of dollars on? You want to buy into the bullshit as much as he wants you to. So that way, when you buy into it, right, then you can repackage it and turn it around and sell the same course, hopefully, for making the same amount of money. And I don't want to do that, right? I don't
And
want
I
to do
think a
that.
lot of it is like they really try to push a lifestyle. They're really selling a lifestyle or a dream, and there isn't as much value. I really strongly feel like REI Rev is one of those platforms that is unmatched. Like when we say it is the number one most valuable real estate community in existence, there's nobody else that's talking about deals, underwriting deals, actually doing the business in real time. You can't be in proximity with people the same way. Even if you pay thousands of dollars, people just aren't even doing it. And that's why it's such a unique opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to invite somebody you think would benefit from being in proximity with us here.
Yeah, like I don't want to charge you guys anything that I know. I don't want to get into that business, right? I don't want to be the next guru or the next guy that says, oh, well, if you want my knowledge, you got to pay for it. No, how about this? You got to show me that you're worth me teaching it to you for. Because I got to know that if I teach you this skill, that you're not just going to go repackage it into some watered down shit and sell it to somebody else. I don't want that, right? I want you, if you go out into the market and you start using what I teach you, and people ask you, where did you learn how to do that? And they say, I learned it from Dan Fazio, but they out there looking like a clown. I don't want that. But a lot of these people don't care as long as they got your $5,000, your $7,000 for it. I can't tell you how many people that I know who bought courses from these instructors online. And you go, where did you learn how to do that? Where did you learn how to wholesale? Where did you learn how to, oh, I bought the Pace Morby course. I bought the sub 2, or I bought the Jamil this or the that or this. And it's like, it's kind of embarrassing, but they don't care because they're like, well, I already got what I wanted out of it, right? The instructor is always already like, I already got what I wanted. I just wanted their money. So I don't, you should really, when these people are in the chat and they want to get into back and forth with me, what they got to understand is I don't want your money. I don't want your, I don't want you to pay me your pennies or your unrealized gains on a future deal that you don't have. I don't care about that. I want you to, whatever deal that you get, I want you to be able to keep 100% of it. I don't want any of it. I just want you to know. I just want to know that if you come into my circle, that you're worth me spending the time to teach you what to do the right things for. And I'll help anybody in here that actually wants to do better with their life. It's really simple. If you really want to do this because you really want a better life, I'll help anybody that needs it. But you have to be able to show me that you're worth teaching that to. And just wanting to be rich is not an excuse. That's that. I don't want to teach somebody that, oh, why do you want this? Oh, I just want to make money. That's not a good enough reason to me. I don't want to teach someone that just wants to make money just because they want to make money. You got to really give me a real reason. So,
You got to have some sort of
I,
passion for real estate. That's what it is. You got to want to be in this space. I think that's what it really boils down to. There's the why of, I want to provide for my family. I'd hope that that's everybody's why. They'd want to, do more and reach, higher echelon of life. But you got to really want to be in real estate to be successful, because you're going to be around people that really want to be in real estate here. You're going to find professionals that are really committed to this industry, that really want to be a part of it, that really want to leave their mark, and you've got to become one of them if you really want to make these huge gains. Like, all the people that you see in the daily gains constantly posting, they're obsessed with this industry, they're obsessed with their craft, they get better every day, they're always looking at what they are doing, how they can do it better, and they're going all in on one thing, they're focusing on one thing. A lot of people, they see that this is an opportunity, and they see a lot of different opportunities, and they don't really stick to just one thing. They don't really focus on one thing. Focus on one thing, focus on one path until success. You're going to get there. For me, that's the Google ads right now. I'm excited. I'm spending money, man. We're spending money. I'm going to check the ads right now. The first click of the day was a lead. We're going to see how the rest of the day pans out. It looks like we are still at one click. The impressions are going up, but the cost per click is going down, so this is good. I'm at a $15 cost per click today. Before it was $50. I don't know what's going on, but it looks like Google is just, hey, now
maybe it's learning. I don't know.
it had to have learned. But you know what is crazy, Dan, is like you got to have the money to spend on it before it can learn. Because like it wasn't a $15 click for a long time. I was spending like 5K a month, for the last 2 months or so, and it was a $50 click every time. Now it's 15. So it makes me wonder, how much are these like pay per lead companies actually paying for these leads and then charging these people,
It's a huge markup, bro.
It's
It's
got
a
to be
huge markup.
ridiculous. It's got to be ridiculous.
It's
And
a huge
so,
markup.
I
But I
mean,
think they're trying to factor in the cost. They're trying to also factor in the cost of refunds. They're factoring in the cost of everything inside that lead, right? They're not really just generating a lead, reselling it, right? Like there's a lot that goes into having that business. So they're trying to yeah, they'll refund this guy over here, but they're going to take John Johnson's money, on top of this lead they just sold to him, right? And so um that's kind of where they get you. That's why they charge so much. It's why the markup's so high.
yeah, I mean, I just can't see the consumer really winning though. And I've personally spent thousands on pay per lead. Um, it's the same risk, that you take whether you're buying the leads or running your own campaign. In my experience, you're gonna talk to people that aren't motivated, that just fill out a form, they're just curious. But Matt brought up a good point. He said that the cost per click isn't really the best metric to track. I'm gonna pull up the other metric that I have here. Looks like this email came in blank though. So let's see what we're looking at for the last 7 days. We're all about transparency, man. I wanna really show people, tell people, like what is what. Look at some insights. Okay, so the cost per lead. So there's the cost per click. That's the cost of the traffic that actually comes to your website. So every time somebody clicks on your link, that's how much it costs. It cost me $15 for somebody to click on my link um, today, and that was a lead. So it was a $15 conversion. But the cost per conversion that I have right now is $133. So roughly on average, right? Every $133 that I spend, I'm getting somebody that fills out my form. And what I like about it is, when I was doing the pay per lead model, I was spending maybe 250 to up to $600 per call, like per lead. And now, I'm still spending like the same amount of money, but I'm getting way more leads for the money that's being spent. Matt just said his 191. I guess I'm just cracked, man. I guess I'm just cracked. I got the best markets, and that's the other thing is like when you go the pay per lead route, you have all these other people that are looking at like hot markets, and so they are paying way more than what that lead costs you to actually go get it on Google. But the key is you've got to know how to spend the money on Google, and so that's a whole other skill set. My skill set is talking to people, and that's something that I've actually been learning. Just even looking into the web development and that kind of stuff on that side is like there's only so much time, and I don't think my time is best spent learning a skill that's not really scalable. I think that my time is best spent learning skills that I can scale, and I can scale sales and marketing, but web design, web development, programming, that kind of stuff, not scalable for me. I'd rather pay somebody to do it for me. But Matt says that his cost per conversion is 191. So we'll see how this week goes, man. I'm excited. I want to double the spend. Right now we're spending 225 a day. I want to double it here. After something closes, of course, I have a couple on the board. But we'll see. I want to double it to maybe like 500 a day. Mr. Aaron asks if I get a lot of listed properties. No, a lot of them are not listed. Majority of them are off market. I do sometimes get properties that are on the market. Though, I have multiple exit strategies. So typically when somebody that's been on the market for a while calls me up, they've got little to no equity, and I have a solution for that person. I'm dealing on a deal right now. The seller's in that situation. I'm going to be following up with those buyers too to see if we can get somebody out there, and then I'll hit up Trevor and see if anybody that went out there already is interested in putting down some money. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 30 minutes. This is the number one most valuable real estate community in existence. I hope that you all have a fantastic day today. I'm excited to hop into the workday. Guys, take advantage of the opportunities that you have here. You have voice channels that you can instantly be in proximity with people. You can tap into the clubhouse, the workflow, the penthouse channel if you are a closer, and instantly be in proximity with people that are actively doing this business. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, please consider inviting somebody you think would benefit from being in proximity with us. Make sure you hit up Dan for the info on the Miami meetup happening on the 27th. Big day, the 27th, this Saturday. I'm going to be there, so it's going to be fun. And also, if you're interested in the New Jersey meetup, send something in the chat channel. But consider inviting somebody you think would benefit from being in proximity with us. Send them that link, reirev.com. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube. We've got the replays there. If you want to check them out, you can check it out at REI Revolution on YouTube. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.